Cassinda woman is still strong. She'll be back with an even bigger army.
We've won a respite, I suppose. But the war goes on.
Perhaps now we can finally leave this fetid mine. You've turned this war around. If only my sons had lived to see it. Wish I could have stood with you against that Ezonite scum.
When my husband reclaims our lands, we shall pay our debt to the Legion.
They're saying that the battle is won. Does this mean that we can leave the mines?
If not for you, our queen would be captured and we would all be dead.
We've come a long way from that filthy swamp, haven't we? You've given us a victory that will be remembered for years to come. Escorting you to the causeway is the least that we can do. Are you ready to go?
Yes, let's head to the causeway.
Welcome back, Legionnaire. Come to see the Queen? Follow me, and we'll take you to her straight away.
I'm not heading that way at the moment. Thanks.
Just let me know if you'd like an escort. These mountains still have their dangers.
We've had rumors of another battle. Is it true? Jeyne Cassinda's army retreating in disarray?
She is beaten. The only misfortune is that Jeyne herself survived.
And Rosalind, what did you think of her? Worthy to wear the crown or no?
She has a kind and temperate nature, but I saw some iron underneath. I think she'll make a good queen.
Kind and temperate is a far cry from her grandfather. Perhaps this exile has been a blessing for her family after all. What about our proposal? Does she favor the Legion?
Rosalind agreed to an alliance. She and Devonsey gave their word.
Well done. But that's not all, is it? The news can't all be good.
My father tried to unseat the old king. The murder was an accident, but Devonsey said...
No more. I don't want to hear. You think I hadn't guessed it was something like that? I still called it a lie. We can't tell this story, not ever.
The people already heard this from Jeyne. It's too late to hide the truth.
If we win this war, Jeyne will be dead. Her words become lies, and ours become truth.
You're wrong, Odo. The story needs to be told, or the lesson will never be learned.
And what then? The people won't blame Montbaron. They'll paint the whole Legion with the same bloody brush. Kingslayers forevermore. We'll be feared. No matter how virtuous we seem, we'll always be a threat.
Better that the people hear the truth from our lips. I won't lie to them.
I was half afraid that Marten might say something like this, but you too?
The Legion will be better for this, not worse. The Crown as well. If we all know the story and remember it, we won't repeat the same mistakes. We've made our choice. Let's speak of something else. What else did you learn in Glitterdelf?
Jeyne Cassinda is the daughter of the old king. She told me herself. You never knew?
I always thought that was just a rumor. This changes things.
If Jeyne Cassinda is the old king's daughter, then she has a claim to the throne. Probably thinks it's her right.
Better to strike now while she's off balance. Still reeling from her loss at Glitterdelve.
Or maybe Jeyne will listen to reason, now that she's tasted defeat.
You bloodied her nose and you stung her pride, that's true. But the army you destroyed was only a small part of her strength. If we try to talk, we'll only give her time to rebuild. We need an ally who can distract her forces, while we go after Jeyne herself.
We've already sealed an alliance with the Meisters. Perhaps they'll lend us their automaton army.
Jeyne could be anywhere. Do you know where she's gone?
Jeyne's capital is 5 days' march from here, maybe more. She calls it the Spire. Half cathedral, half fortress, on the summit of a mountain. That's where she'll be. The most impregnable stronghold in Ebb.
I'll speak to the council. I think the Meisters will agree.
Hard to predict what the council will do, but you're probably right. We'll wait for your word. If it comes to a vote, I think the Meisters will favor us.
Hard to say if the Meisters will give us their army, but you did save their lives.
I thought this town was done for when those automatons went mad. Maybe I was wrong.
You're
about
not
the
taking
Legion.
volunteers, are you? The ladies do fancy a Legion man.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
If it isn't the hero of Stonebridge,
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
I didn't think the dapper old gent was real. Shows what I know. The city is in your debt, to be sure.
The gears of Stonebridge are alive once more. This is cause for celebration, an activity for which I was not designed.
Ah, the envoy from the 10th Legion. Always a pleasure to receive our good friend.
I don't need anything now. Sorry to disturb you.
No trouble.
Should have been.
Welcome. Salute.
Ah, the envoy from the 10th Legion. Always a pleasure to receive our good friend.
We plan to attack Jeyne Cassinda, but we can't defeat her alone. The Legion needs your automaton army.
And leave our city undefended? That, seems rather rash, does it not?
Irrelevant. We made a contract with the Legion, Meister Grimmelhaus. The Council is not above the law.
I suppose...
Capital! I can have the automatons ready in short order. Shall I make ready to leave? I should warn you, we may not return to Stonebridge again before this war is over.
How many automatons are left? I destroyed a lot of them.
The gent only managed to take control of about half of our automatons, and not all of those were destroyed, so the army is intact. Jeyne's forces may outnumber us, but her soldiers have never faced automatons before. I dare say that will work in our favor.
I don't see any reason to wait. We'll leave for the Spire as soon as you're able.
The Spire stands atop Mount Jereb. That's a week's march from here, on foot. Our automatons will assault the town of Aegis Bay at the foot of the mountain. They'll engage Jeyne's forces and provide a distraction, you see. That will give you a chance to climb the trails to the top of the mountain and assault the Spire itself. It will be an honor to fight alongside the Legion, and may fortune smile upon our endeavor.
At long last, the tide turned. No longer was the 10th Legion fighting a defensive war. With the automaton army of Stonebridge behind us, we took the battle to our enemy. Under the command of Marten Guiscard and Meister Wolf, our army poured forth from Stonebridge in a flood of iron and flame. The journey was a long one and difficult. Had you marched with soldiers of flesh and blood, I do not doubt that many would have died, but the automatons were tireless. At last you reached your goal, the Spire. Crowning the sacred mountain of Jereb, it was the heart of Jeyne Cassinder's strength. No army had ever conquered it. Azunite zealots and Stonebridge automatons clashed at the mountain's foot. Blind faith and cold reason struggled for dominance as the ground churned with oil and blood. Above the clamor of the battle, you ascended a forgotten path up the mountain, seeking the Spire itself.
Wait, no weapons. We've come to talk, not to fight.
Quickly, Rajani. We shouldn't be here.
Jeyne doesn't know you're here, does she?
We only speak for ourselves, not for Our Lady.
Jeyne is first among our sisters, like her mother before her. We don't want to betray her, but...
Jeyne has lost her way. She talks of visions and dreams. A great tree, carrion birds. She claims to hear the voices of our lost gods in her mind. And that proves she is mad.
Maybe she is hearing the voices of your gods.
Our gods are dead, tumbled from the heavens and gone. We sought them long, across 1,000 divine realms, and never found a trace.
Not true, sister. Jeyne's mother claimed to have discovered a remnant. A forgotten seed of the first creation, the handiwork of our gods. But none of us ever saw.
What kind of seed do you mean?
She never told us the form it took, only that she could sense the power that shaped the world, still alive and potent within.
What gods do you mean?
The creator gods, who we served long ago, or so we have always believed. We have no memories of them, only stories that we tell, and faith that they are true.
Jeyne commands the Azunite Church, but she worships these creator gods in secret?
She claims to be faithful to Azunai, so that her followers won't abandon her. And she doesn't deny that he is real. But her true faith, her secret faith, has always been to our gods, to the gods of her mother.
So what do you propose?
You spared my life in Raven's Rill, and when you spoke to Jeyne in Glitterdelve, you weren't the monster that she said you'd be. I don't want to see my sisters destroyed in Jeyne's pointless war. Too few of us are left. We ask for your mercy, for our sisters and for Jeyne herself. In return, we'll grant you whatever aid we can.
I promised the Queen that I'd spare Jeyne's life. I'll try to spare your sisters, too.
So Jeyne was wrong about you after all. When Rajani told me, I didn't believe.
Beyond this gate is the Bailey Garden filled with soldiers. They're fanatics, loyal only to Jeyne. They think her a saint, and you'll never sway them. At the far side of the garden is a door, protected by a magical seal. 2 of our sisters fashioned that seal from their own living fire. Now their lives are tied to the seal. To pass the door, you would need their consent, and that they'll never give. So you'll have to find them and kill them.
I thought you wanted me to spare your sisters' lives.
Those 2, the ones who watch the gate, they're different. No one speaks of them. Not anymore.
The spell they wove has driven them mad. They don't even answer to their old names. We only know them as the Archon of Vengeance and the Archon of War.
Will I find the 2 Archons in the Bailey Garden or somewhere else?
They can't venture far from the seal. Each of them lives in a tower on either side of the garden. We never go inside those towers. We never even go near them, so we can't say what you'll find.
And on the other side of the door?
The chancel, a place of worship for the zealots who call Jeyne their living saint. And above that, the Sanctum of Fire, where our sisters dwell.
And by zealots, you mean her soldiers and priests?
In the beginning, they were useful tools, nothing more. An army to protect her from the royal family. She didn't believe she was really a saint. But now, as I said, she's lost her way.
Enough about the spire. I should be able to find my way.
As you wish. Can we tell you anything more?
Are there any hidden places? Secrets that Jeyne wouldn't want me to find?
The dungeon, underneath the Bailey Garden that lies just ahead. Jeyne keeps her most valuable prisoners there. Look for the stone centerpiece in the middle of the garden. The door to the dungeon is hidden in its base. But you can only open the door by stepping on a golden pressure plate, hidden in the corner of the garden.
You haven't told me where I'll find Jeyne.
No need. She'll find you.
She's somewhere in the spire, probably watching using our eyes as her own. She'll know that we've betrayed her.
You should leave this place. And stay away from our soldiers. They'll take you for enemies.
No, wait. The girl who travels with you. Why doesn't she know who she is?
We may share the same eyes. And yes, I can call fire like you. But I've never seen you before. I'm not one of your sisters.
But you're wrong. We know you. Don't you remember the place where you died?
You saw Anjali die? Where did this happen?
When we first came to this world, she tried to follow Jeyne's mother into a primordial forest, where a fragment of the first creation was said to lie. The forest consumed her, tore her to pieces before our eyes. We thought it was a sign, choosing Jeyne's mother over the rest of us. But now our sister has returned to trumpet Jeyne's fall.
We don't know that yet. We'll wait for now. The meaning will make itself clear.
Something dangerous is near. Victory!
You are finished!
You're not one of Cassinda's mercenary dogs. Please, for the love of mercy, let me out of here!
Where might I find the keys to these cells?
The jailer carries them. He lingers at the north end of the cell block. though he passes through here to torment us often enough.
I'll return when I have the keys then.
Have you got the keys yet?
I haven't found them yet.
Well, what are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Go take care of the jailer.
Thank you. I thought I'd rot in there for sure. I shall certainly bear this in mind when considering any future donations to the Azonite Church.
I do hope you made that jailer suffer
You're with
before
the
he
Legion?
expired.
I'd heard that all of you were dead.
My sincerest thanks for my liberation. You have our din of iniquity, for freeing us from that dreadful captivity.
Have you got the keys yet?
Of course. Just let me get this door unlocked.
Hazanai, bless your soul, friend! You're a true hero, you are, and I'll be sure as to tell anyone I meet.
The screams of dying men, the stench of burst guts, sweltering heat of battle lust, taste of copper and fear. Armies wheel and clash, steel turns to flame in the morning sun, forever and unchanging. War without end, war without end. What is this? The foeman seeks to steal a march. To arms! To arms! May the line hold strong!
Stay your hand, Legionnaire. I mean no harm.
All right. What do you want from me?
Only to help you if I can. I see where the situation is going. I'm bound for the Aranoi, and wherever the road takes me. Still, I could use a bit of coin for the journey. And I've acquired quality gear from the armory.
I'm listening. What did you find?
Why don't you step over here and see?
Injustice. Injustice gives way to trespass. Trespass demands redress. Redress comes only through blood. If the son strikes the father, let his hand be hewn off. If the serf wounds the noble, let him suffer the lash. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. If a man should trespass, let his feet be seared with hot coals, and let him be whipped from the city! You
to the chancel, the more I feel drawn toward it. Or to something in the tower above. Only Jeyne is worshipped here, not Azanai. They call her a saint, but they treat her like a god.
And here is the Legion, their hands washed with innocent blood. 30 years, and nothing has changed.
A woman who calls herself a saint might have learned to forgive by now.
Do not seek to twist my words. I shall not suffer the treachery of the Legion. Not again. I say to you, lay down your arms. The days of your Legion are past and gone. When I faced the traitor Mort Baron, the gods of my mother struck him down. And they shall guide my hand against you now! She'll have the favor of my mother's gods.
Look, Jane Cassandra has turned around.
You are finished! fires in this place give us strength, Legionnaire. My handmaids and I will burn you to dust. You cannot stand before my righteousness! How much longer can you hope to stand against me?
Again, she turns and runs. She will not escape judgment. Die and be judged.
defeated my Archons, crushed my soldiers, defiled this most holy of places. No more. The gods of my mother stand with me, while you have nothing but the ghosts of your broken legion. If any of you pretend to piety, pray to your gods now. Neither will I grovel or beg.
Give yourself up, and we'll treat you with respect.
You mistake me. I do not concede defeat to the Legion. So you need not offer terms. My gods have not abandoned me. Not yet. They dance like shadows at the corner of my eye. And they whisper in my ear. I will go before the gods of my mother. Appeal to them for aid. And call her fallen sisters back from death. And when I return, we shall drive you from this kingdom that is mine by right.
Where is Jeyne? Is she...
Vanished. She went to find her mother's gods, to appeal to them for help.
But They are long dead, unless she means... The forest, the place you call the Mournweald. It grew from a seed of the first creation. Perhaps it contains an echo of our gods.
Are you saying that your gods aren't dead? A part of them lives on?
Any fragment of the first creation would contain all the power of our gods, and perhaps a remnant of their minds as well. They would only exist as a potential, a possibility, but even in such a reduced state, they would be strong.
So, the visions that Jeyne sees, the voices that speak to her in her mind...
They might be real, not dreams born of madness at all. The souls of our gods may be speaking to her, guiding her. But Jeyne's purpose, to take this kingdom as her own, that is hers alone. Our gods would never have counseled her thus. Perhaps her mind is shaping them, more than they are shaping her.
She thinks she can restore the other Archons to life, with the help of her gods.
Our legends say that no Archon could ever truly die. Their fires could always be kindled again if our gods willed it so. If Jeyne restored them all to life, she would have an army behind her.
Just how many Archons were there when your gods were alive?
We counted ourselves as numerous as the stars in the sky. Indeed, the stars were fashioned in our honor, one for each of our sisters. Or so the stories tell us.
And this seed, could it take the form of a tree?
I don't know. None of us were able to enter the forest, except for Jeyne's mother, and Jeyne herself. But I suppose it would take an appropriate form. If it gave birth to a forest, it might appear as a tree, yes.
We've got to follow Jeyne. How can we get to the Mournweald from here?
Jeyne built this place on the ruin of a Legion stronghold. I've seen one of your causeways in the dungeon below. The gate was hidden behind a locked door, but Jeyne entrusted her handmaids with a key. I have it here.
I tried not to harm the other Archons, but I couldn't be sure they survived.
Thank you. They are alive, all of them. Saraya is with them now. I know my sisters. They'll see Jeyne's defeat as a sign that she led us astray. None of us will follow her again.
Now that Jeyne has fled, where will you and your sisters go?
We shall watch and wait. My sisters may not all believe, but this battle doesn't only chart the course of your kingdom. It also foretells the future of our race. Do we follow Jeyne, the first sister of old? Or a new road led by the prophet who walks at your side?
You mean... me?
Yes. You may not remember your life before, but you challenged Jeyne's mother in the Mournweald. For that offense, you died. You were called back to life with purpose, as the harbinger of Jeyne's fall. I believe that you were meant to take her place. But we will see.
Marten, what about our army? Has the battle ended?
We've won, but only thanks to you. A few of Jeyne's people surrendered. The others all fled.
You're too humble, Marten. I didn't win your battle for you.
No, I don't mean to be modest. We held our own, but we'd never have swept them off the field. When the fire burst from the top of the tower, the fighting nearly stopped, with everyone straining to see. Then the fire went out, and Jeyne's army knew that she'd lost. They ran like autumn leaves before a storm.
Can we take the elevator down to the dungeon?
Yes. No need to stop in the chancel. It will take you all the way to the dungeon below.
I'm with you. Let's go and see if this causeway is still intact.
If you spare Jeyne's life, she can still atone for all she's done.
made it out alive, did you? Not bad. Since you did help Fitch a favor, let old Fitch do one for you. Got some good stuff here. I'll sell it cheap.
I'd consider his offer. You won't have another chance to buy weapons or gear before you face Jeyne.
I've still got plenty of stuff here. It's all yours for the right price.
So, one way or another, this is the end of our road. Shall we go?
Stay here, Marten. Someone needs to take charge of the spire.
I thought you might say that. Meister Wolf doesn't lack for nerve, but the man's a bit mad. Seems wrong, though. We started this journey together. I would have liked to have been there at the end.
You're a good friend, Marten. Take care.
Remember, out of all the survivors of the Legion, the Radiant Youth chose you. He appeared to no one else. I think he chose well, and I'd follow you down any route. Goodbye, my friend.